Welcome to the Restaurant Show. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah, and we have a great show for you today. We're starting with breakfast with the Egg and I. We're talking wine with Lewis Station Winery. And stick around for dessert, we've got Lane's Bakery. It's all on your guide to the best restaurants in town, so you can skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to go coming up on the Restaurant Show. Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. I am excited to talk to you about one of my favorite places, a place I frequent, and a friend of ours here in the Restaurant Show. This is Steve Dascom, owner of the Egg and I.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Appreciate being here.
Well, you know, I always love having you because I always leave full. So we enjoy your stay here at Channel 57. So talk to us about what you're doing today.
Okay, well, right now I'm just scrambling some eggs, but...
All right. I see you've already, we kind of prepped a few things.
Yeah, the things we're doing, it's a little complicated, but not terribly so. So the potatoes, I just cooked them off ahead of time and got them nice and brown for everything.
Perfect, and you guys have fabulous potatoes too. So that's just the base. We've got more coming. And this, now is this off of your specials menu, or is this one that you have regularly?
Well, this one's a regular menu item. This is a viewer request.
Oh, okay, that's exciting.
Somebody wanted to see.
I love it.
I did make this way too hot.
Now, ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
That's great. So we are just scrambling up the egg. Yeah, I'm gonna go quick here on our burner here.
Okay.
Now, last time I want to talk about your specials menu when you get going on this one, because last time if you remember, if you saw this episode, we did the Tuscan Scramble, and that was amazing. So this is going to be this is different certainly than that.
Yeah.
But
well, this one has
good
steak for one thing.
All right.
So thin cut sirloin.
Okay, so you're just going to saute that in with your veggies right now. Love
And I got to get a little seasoning on here before it gets too seared.
I love the sizzle when you come in, all this stuff cooking at once. You get to be a master of multitasking, I have a feeling, back there.
You have to be.
Yeah. So if you haven't been to the Egg and I yet, obviously they've got great breakfast, and we're doing one of those now, but they have incredible lunch too. I always want to mention that because some people forget that you have such great lunch. You have a big menu.
Yeah, well, we went so far as to change our name slightly. Just the tagline used to be breakfast and lunch. Now it's breakfast, brunch, and lunch.
Oh, nice. Okay. So if you missed breakfast, there's still time. You can come in for a big brunch.
We do the entire menu all day. So.
That's wonderful. If you feel like a sandwich at 8 in the morning, they will deliver.
If you want soup and sandwich, it might be a little longer because we do make things from scratch, including our soup. So they're not necessarily going to be ready right away in the morning.
I think people forget that or don't realize that if they haven't been in a while. These guys really are made from scratch chefs back there. I mean, everything that they're doing is fresh. They're making it in-house as much as possible, and it is just really good food. So, so you got that one cooking up. And what, it always comes on a bed of potatoes? Is that how that?
Well, the skillets do.
Okay.
You know,
and of course you can have
potatoes
side.
go with almost every meal that we make. Almost.
Hey, I believe it. We're a potato-loving state here. Okay, so you're going to cook that one up. Now, let's just touch on this menu a little bit, because I mentioned that we did the Tuscan Scramble. It was really, really good. You've got a few other items on here that are kind of specials right now. Is that
Yeah,
right?
they're more like a feeture thing. And all that changes. It's a little menu we hand out in addition. So every 2-3 months, that'll change. We have this the honey smoked salmon frittata.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
It's really great. I
Yeah.
mean, you can smell it. It's so, yeah, it's great.
Delicious.
And then, of course, this oatmeal pancake. We can actually pulverize some oatmeal and add it to our the pancake batter.
Oh, that one looks really good too, and you can get it with fruit on top, which of course I love.
And that one has a raspberry puree that we put on the side that we make in the store too. We make it like everything else. We try to make as much as we can.
Yeah. Now this one's unique looking. What is this? Chia?
No, that's a chia coconut oatmeal.
Okay.
So the oatmeal is steeped ahead of time.
Wow.
In coconut milk. And then when we make it, we don't add any water. It's just coconut milk. And it has chia seeds already in it.
Okay. And what's this? I see like a red sauce on top.
Yeah, that's a tart cherry puree that we make, and we put that on top along with some toasted coconut.
Now that's got to be pretty good. Okay. Now another thing that you guys are doing right now are these fresh juice items.
Oh yeah.
So tell me about this one. This one looks really good.
So everybody knows about the kale cooler because we've always had that one.
Yes, and that
Now,
one is amazing.
This one
I
is a
love that one.
spicy
Okay.
pear
That sounds so unique.
cooler. It has pear, tangerine. I'm going to do this real quick. Pear, tangerine.
Right, now see, I said multitasker.
Some lemon.
Yep.
Ginger extract, some jalapeno.
That's got to be
So,
so unique. So a little bit of a kick.
and
I'm
some
gonna try
agave
some.
syrup.
Can I try it? Let's see. I'll tell you how much kick there is to this one.
Putting some cheese on top here.
Oh, it's good though. It's not spicy or anything. It's just got a little warmth.
You can feel a little bit in your throat, I think. Yeah. Just to let you know it's
Good
there.
for the winter, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a cold. I love that. That's good. That's really good. And that's juiced fresh, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very fresh.
Well, we don't
Okay.
make it to order. We make it at the beginning of the morning.
That's good, but that's not coming out of a carton. That's awesome.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so I'm going to try this one too when you get it all done, but it looks really good. Is this the final product? I don't want to dig
This
in
is
before.
it's ready to go
I don't
right
want to
now.
dig in out of turn, but it
And
looks
this is
really
a
good.
multi-seed bread that we have here. Too.
So while I'm eating this, tell me about, you have some things going on. You guys always do a really good job of giving back, and I want to make sure we mention that.
Sure. Well, this one isn't specifically us giving back, but I'm helping the Salvation Army get the word out. They call it Hunt for Home, Hunt for a Home, and it's a pheasant hunt that they're sponsoring out in the Cedar Valley
Gotta get a
Preserve.
potato in there.
Part or all, I think I'm not real clear on that, but the registration fees are what's generating the money, and they're using it for they call it the Dawns program, I guess.
Okay.
They're sponsoring people from homeless shelters and getting them into an apartment. And
That's really great.
so far, it's worked so well. A third of the people that they've placed are already on their own feet.
Wow, that's incredible. That's a great statistic to have that much success with that program. Now that's something that's through the Salvation Army.
Yes.
Okay. So a really important program that, folks at home could potentially help or become involved in. And I think it's wonderful how you give back throughout the year too in different ways. So thanks for doing that, and also just sharing your time here on the Restaurant Show with an organization that I think deserves a lot of credit and attention.
They do. I mean, they do so much good all over the place
Yeah.
that they deserve.
I agree. Well, this was phenomenal. Absolutely fabulous. Not that I expect anything less, and this fresh juice is to die for. So thank you so much, Steve. And thanks for watching the Restaurant Show. We're going to be right back with more after the break. Stick around, because after the break, we've got a treat and some great wine. Lewis Station Winery is here. Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. Two of my favorite topics, wine and delicious food, and two of my favorite people here to chat about that today. So glad to see you guys back. Owner and winemaker Rob Lewis is here from Lewis Station Winery. And of course, Chef Jason Dunn is also here with us. Thank you for being here.
Yes, absolutely.
We love having you. You guys do such a wonderful job. I'm going to say this and very sincerely. I mean, every single person that tells me they've been out to your place has had just nothing but the highest of compliments for their visit.
That's wonderful.
Just wonderful things. And I'm excited to talk about what we're doing today. So of course we're going to talk about wine and we're going to talk about food. So you guys kind of lead me down the path you'd like to start with.
You got it.
Well, let's start talking mushrooms.
Okay.
Because then we can tie into the wine and it ought to work out well.
Okay.
Sounds great, yeah.
So at the winery, we have a dish that we call ooey gooey mushrooms. And this is, my wife Beth is a mushroom lover, and that was kind of the genesis of this dish.
Okay.
And where we start with the ooey gooey mushrooms is it all starts 100% with the mushrooms. Mushrooms we get from Palm Cellars, who are based in Helensville.
Okay.
It's a wonderful mushroom farm.
And you guys do a wonderful job of sourcing so much locally. I think that's incredible, and obviously really impacts the taste.
Oh, very much.
Yeah.
Very important to
much.
us.
Freshness is huge, and
Yeah.
it's paramount.
Absolutely.
And like in mushrooms in particular, freshness is a very, very big deal. Mushrooms in the first 24 hours when they're cut will lose 50% of their flavor, and then every 24 hours after that, they will lose another 50% of flavor. So with mushrooms, it's important to lock that flavor in as quickly as you can, so it gets that nice, meaty flavor to it. So we get our mushrooms, they've been harvested for roughly 1 to 2 hours. We get them back to the winery, we roast them immediately with garlic and his wonderful Zinfandel. It's just a great, great thing. So what that does is it locks that meaty flavor in.
That's incredible. I actually tried one before we started because he was sharing some of this information with me about how quickly mushrooms lose flavor, and having something that you're getting from a grocery store has often been sitting there for multiple days.
Yeah. That's why a lot of times people say, well, mushrooms don't taste like anything.
Right.
Well, it's because of where you're buying it and how you're buying
They
it.
do. These are incredible.
So what we do with our
Lots of
mushrooms
flavor.
is we layer the mushrooms into a ramekin. We take some good Crave Brothers fresh mozzarella.
Okay.
And then we top that a little bit with the mushrooms like that. And then Hilltop and Arena is where we get our Munster cheese from. So that goes on top like that. And what we'll do is we'll throw this into the oven.
Okay, nice layer of cheese on the top, and you've got some in the middle there too, so it's almost, you're hitting us with both sides.
That's the
there.
gooey part. That's the gooey part.
Now
So
you know
get
where
that
the
mozzarella
gooey
Ooey
mushrooms
gooey.
comes
yeah,
from,
the
right?
ooey's in the middle and the gooey's on the top.
Absolutely.
I love the names. You made something for us. What was the crack?
Goat crack.
Goat crack.
So good.
So what
too.
you end up with is like this here.
Oh my
And you can
goodness
see the mushrooms, the
gracious.
melted cheese and such.
looks so
So the
good.
whole idea here is you get a spoonful of the mushrooms with the cheese and smear it with the bread. And
Oh
it's a
my gosh!
wonderful,
Can I?
wonderful
May I?
combination.
I'm gonna be
Please
a
do.
mess, but
Please do.
you know I'm used to being a mess here on this show. Okay,
Right on.
so tell us about the wine that we're going to talk about today
you
too.
got
Here,
it. So,
Wally.
so the first one we're going to talk about is it's 100% Cabernet. It's hard to get that
It's
cheese
ooey
on there.
and gooey, I'm
Ooey
telling
gooey.
you.
It's 100% Cabernet, but
Just
it
keep
is
pulling up. Keep pulling up. There you
Here
go.
we
it
go.
is- it is aged. So
Okay.
it's aged in a Wisconsin bourbon barrel.
Mm-hmm.
So not only just a Wisconsin oak barrel, but a Wisconsin bourbon barrel. So
Mm-hmm.
J. Henry and Sons, which is just north of Madison, a couple years ago, we made a great contact with them, and when they emptied their barrels, I bought a few of their barrels, brought them back to the winery, and I added Cabernet to those barrels and I let them age. So what you're going to find in this 100% Cabernet is on the nose, you're going to have like that hints of bourbon that's there. And then when you taste it, you will get some of the bourbon flavor through. But Cabernet is one of those grapes that can really hold up to something fun like that.
Wow. Okay, and that's
So
this one. I'm going to.
That's that one right there. Yeah, there aren't a lot of producers out there that do something as outrageous as this,
unique.
if you will.
Yeah,
Unique,
really. Now, can I try
And
this one too?
Please do.
Am I gonna be okay?
Absolutely. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh, it's great.
Isn't that awesome?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't sure what to expect because I can smell a little bit of bourbon in there, like we talked
sure
about.
can.
Take
Yeah.
a bite of that mushroom.
It's incredible.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then take a sip of the wine.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to do the cheese.
Then the fun really happens.
With the wine, that's when that's when 1 + 1 = 3. You
I can't-
just experience that right there.
I can't explain to you. You just must go and try, and everything is so good. And this isn't it. We're doing more too, aren't we?
We have
We have
more.
one more
Oh
that we're
my
going to
gosh.
do
Yeah.
today. The next dish that we're going to do is our meatball
So
plate.
good.
Our
Wow.
meatball basket, basically, is what it is. The whole idea with this is a deconstructed meatball sub. So you're going to have your bread, you're going to have your meatballs. We have our homemade marinara sauce that we make. We use fire roasted tomatoes for this. Garlic, a little bit of basil in there, a little bit of EVO. And then again,
And
with
Jones
this-
Farm does the meatballs for us.
The meatballs themselves are an all-meat meatball done by Jones Farm down in Fort Atkinson. I love Jones Farm because they don't put any additives in anything.
Okay.
It's all what should be in there.
And I want to mention too, while you're doing this, is that because you have so much knowledge in food and what you're doing, and you in wine and what you're doing, and it all comes together so flawlessly and effortlessly between the two of you. But you actually teach folks
do.
some of
Yes, we
this
do.
information too, so we can have a little knowledge of our own.
Absolutely.
Tell us about that. You have some classes.
Well, the cooking classes we do, we run the third Saturday of every month, and the second Thursday of every month we do a little different version. The Saturday version, it's a wonderful 3-hour foodie orgasm's the best way to put it. Because it's just wine and food. I do 7-8 food preparations. Wine. Rob has wine for every course, and it's just a wonderful thing. And I do a big demonstration in front of everybody.
Oh my goodness,
On the
that sounds
Thursday
so much
classes, it's a little more hands-on.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is 3-4 presentations, and then at the end of it, we'll sit down to a meal together.
Oh, wow. What an incredible thing to go do as just a fun way to enjoy your food and wine on another level. I love that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
and you know that 3-hour class that we do, we fill that entire 3-hour class. So you're eating and sampling and drinking wine through the entire 3-hour class.
Wow.
So, and
I bet it
you've
goes
probably
fast.
noticed we talk a lot, so we don't have a problem entertaining people and
Right.
enjoying the food and enjoying the wine.
Well,
But-
and it's such a passion
look at that.
for you too
It
that
is.
I just love that you're sharing that with folks.
And that's what we hear often, is like, you can really see that we're passionate about what we do.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Look
so
at
talk
that.
to me about this. I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
Tell me about
This
this
is
other
an
wine you
all
have.
meat pork. It's all pork that's
Okay.
in there. There's fennel seed in there, a bunch of great herbs. Chef Sean down at Jones
just
Farm
do a
does these
small
for
one.
us,
Do
and
it,
they're
yeah.
absolutely wonderful.
Okay, and then talk to me about this other
You
wine.
got it.
you
We have it paired with 100% Petite Syrah. Petite Syrah, it's a 2014 big, bold. Petite comes from a very small berry, but that's why it's very concentrated, and you'll certainly notice that when you smell it and when you taste it.
Delicious, all of it, amazing. I don't want to go, but I have to. We got to go to break. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Go to Lewis Station Winery. You will not be disappointed. We'll be back with more Restaurant Show after the break. Stay with us because we're talking dessert with Lane's Bakery. Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. We've had the opportunity to have breakfast, lunch. We're going to have another lunch, but we're also going to have something sweet. So I can't wait to chat with our next guests here. I'm joined by Chuck and Becky Lane, who are the owners of Lane's Bakery, and I'm so pleased to have you here. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having us.
So I was excited for you to come, and then came the cakes and the whole thing, the cookies. It kept unloading. I just love it. But I want to share with viewers a little bit. You have a unique and a rich history in this community through your family and through this bakery. So tell us a little bit about your backstory and how you became Lane's Bakery today.
Correct. Well, it all started in 1954 with my grandfather and grandmother, and I never met my grandfather. He passed away before I was born. Then my parents took over and ran it for years. A lot of hard work, and now my mother has passed away now, so my dad is still here, but not in the business. But then my brother and I ran it, and it's been a great business. It's been a great time.
Come up through the family over the
Correct.
years, and it's still under the same family ownership, and that is a unique story. Oftentimes businesses change hands, and now you've roped this lovely lady in.
Oh yeah, I
along
did.
with
Yes,
you,
I
it
did.
sounds like.
Yeah, I met her and through friends, and we decided, I'm like, I want to do this business, and I was going through everything really before I met her, and yeah, I conned her into it.
It was a good
Thank
time.
you.
Yeah. I said, well, you knew what you were getting into before you got married, and she said, oh no, I didn't. So I'm so glad to have you guys here. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and like I say, I couldn't do it without her. It's both of us. It's a great. People go, how do you work together? I think it's great.
Well, obviously a passion for both of you, and I'm excited to share that story with folks, and also just a little bit about what you have. So not only, of course, we're going to talk about all these fabulous baked goods, but you do a lunch as well. So tell us what we're going to do today.
Today we're going to do our Ben Franklin sandwich.
Okay.
And what it is, it's turkey, provolone, tomato, lettuce, and pesto on a ciabatta roll. What we do is we first, we use a panini grill to make all our sandwiches, and they're made to order. And with this sandwich, we par grill the bread.
Par grill.
Just get it lightly
I
toasted.
see. Okay.
And then what we do is we take the pesto,
I love pesto,
and we
by the
put
way.
a lot of pesto on.
Okay, thank you.
Because
Load it on there.
if you're gonna do it big.
That's right. Go
So
big
we
or go
put
home.
lots of pesto on. We do it on both sides. Then what we do is we take 6 ounces of turkey breast and we layer that on.
This is like a turkey sandwich gone big, though. I love
Yes.
it. Yeah.
We
not
like
your
to do
typical.
things big.
Yes.
So
Great.
next we put 2 slices of provolone on
Beautiful.
and the tomato.
You know you're in Wisconsin. You cannot forget that cheese or you're in big trouble.
No, you can't.
That's right.
And after the tomato gets on, we put the top on and we grill it.
Beautiful.
And what we do at the last bit, after we take it off before we give it to the customer, we put the lettuce on because you kind of want that crunch.
I noticed
From
you
lettuce?
left it off. So interesting. That's kind of a habit of you wait until that
Yeah.
customer's ready to eat.
Otherwise, it gets wilty,
I
and we
totally
found
agree.
it's best to do that. And our lunch then
Now, this
comes
is one of your lunches, right? So
Correct.
when do you serve your lunch?
10 to
I'm gonna
2,
try this
Monday
sandwich
through
'cause
Friday.
I can't wait. Okay, so 10 to 2 Monday through Friday. And I see some sides, so it looks like they come with sides regularly.
Correct. Our
I'm getting ready to dig into this thing.
With our sandwich, you get chips, a side, potato salad, pasta salad, coleslaw, or cottage cheese. Try to do something a little healthy, and a giant pickle.
You know why? Because you got to save room for dessert.
Exactly, exactly. So usually people, because our lunch is so big, kind of get a to-go container for part of it because they do want to save room for the sweets.
I understand, yes. And then you're eating your to-go container in the car. I know who you are. I love it. Okay, so that's great. And now let's talk a little bit. We got a few minutes left. I want to make sure, of course, we cover the sweets, the good stuff. This sandwich, by the way, amazing, really good. I love pesto on a sandwich. That is fresh and delicious. But let's talk Valentine's Day. Obviously, some gorgeous heart-shaped, delicious goodies here.
Yeah, and that's where I come in to this side, and that's why I thank God she came for the sandwich, because I don't know. I don't do the sandwiches. I just,
You're
you know
a
what?
perfect pair.
Yeah.
Match made in heaven.
And here we have our Kringle, which we do heart-shaped for Valentine's Day. And cookies. This is a cookie, a heart-shaped cookie. You can have it custom ordered, anything you want written on the cookie, or the cakes, anything you want written on the cakes.
Wow, beautiful. These are stunning. I mean, the artistry that goes into the decorating.
It's my
of these.
sister-in-law, Ann. She's amazing. We have two, and Megan, two amazing decorators right now that are out of this world. I mean, you can see the work they do. It's just
really
amazing.
beautiful. I mean, just the intricacy of the coloring even
Yes.
is really special. Now, are these pre-order items? Do you need to order in advance? They look intricate.
Yes. These will be pre-order items. The cakes, these cookies here.
Yeah.
But we will have Kringles. You can pre-order the Kringle or come in. We'll have some made.
Okay, so you know these are a hot item you're going to
correct,
make
correct.
for folks to go.
And then like the butter cookies here, and that actually those are butter cookies, the smaller hearts, and the
Okay.
bigger hearts are a sugar cookie with white chocolate.
Oh,
So they have white chocolate over
they're
the
so-
top of
Okay,
them.
I see. So pretty. I've been dying to try one of these butter cookies, so I'm going to do that while you tell me. Now, you do some things for other holidays too, Mardi Gras, Easter.
Yes, we do Mardi Gras. We
coming
do king cakes. Then also it's called a punchki.
I'm making a mess, but it's worth it.
A
Really
punchki,
good.
which is like a richer Bismarck, and we go through thousands of those, and you get them filled with just about anything. And the king cakes are already selling really good right now, which is kind of early, but that's fine with me.
They're going to get eaten before it's time, but you can get another one. Don't worry about it.
And then back to the Valentine's Day stuff, we are going to have chocolate covered strawberries.
Oh, good.
So we'll have those available, and they can order them, or we're just going to have them out for retail sale. So they're not;
Great.
they don't really need to order them.
So you can stop in and
Correct.
get your Valentine's Day love, a little something, and maybe a sandwich to go for yourself. Well, this is all incredible. This is a fabulous butter cookie. I love a good butter
thank
cookie.
you.
One of my favorites. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Chuck and Becky are the owners of Lane's Bakery, and in the family since 1954. What a story. We're going to be back with more Restaurant Show after this, so stick around. Thanks so much for joining us for all these great local restaurants. We enjoyed having you, and I enjoyed having some great, delicious treats. I'm Jessa Jeremiah, reminding you that life is too short to eat average.